Hey everyone, welcome back to Casey3D Sparks. Today I'm going to be going over the font tool by creating a coin that I'm going to use as a little marker or tracker, just a visual representation of whenever I give the inspiration points for my D&D games. Obviously you can make any kind of coin markers that you want. I just wanted one for the inspiration points so that way like you can't just mark it on your page and it's harder to see. That way it's just a better visual representation of it. So to start, I am going to go ahead and just add a circle and get that basic coin in so that way we can add in the font on top of that and just probably use a boolean to attach them. So let's add in a circle. Sorry about that. I just turned on my screencast keys. I just hit Shift A to add in the circle. And I have it at 50 vertices, which the normal is 32. So you might want to up that a little bit so that way for the coin edges, you can already just have that thinner edge bump, which honestly I might want to do a little bit higher because 50 when I tested it out earlier was still a little bit thick. So I'm going to try 55 this time. So I'm just going to hit tab to go into edit mode, and you don't really need to do anything except hit E to extrude and just add it to the thickness that you want your coin to be. That's good enough. And then I'll go ahead, control right click, hit F for face, same to the other side, and now you have that basic shape. After you have that, select basically everything, but you want to make sure you don't have the two main faces selected. And then we're going to bevel the coin edge just like that. So now, cleaner edge, that way it's not so sharp. And then you can go through and extrude the bigger faces. So I'm just going to deselect these because we don't want to extrude those. Perfect. So now that you have all of those selected, I'm just going to go into top view, hit E to extrude, and then hit S to size it just to add in that little bit right there. Do I want to bevel that too? Ooh, maybe. Just as an interesting kind of accent to the coin. Looks kind of cool. I mean, it'll print rather small, so it won't be this defined anyway, so just be a little bit more dramatic for the model itself. Cool, so I'm just going to, as you can see, I already have some other ones made here. I'm going to put 55 base, so that way I know the count of the vertices that I put in for the circle. So just fun little name trick. So now that we have that, we can just tab out of it because I'm done with that circle. Now I'm going to go ahead and hide it so we can view the text tool. So you add in text the same way that you would add them in a mesh. You just go down here and hit text. When you hit tab to go into edit mode, you're not actually going to manipulate the text itself. You're just typing. So all I need is the letter I because I'm not going to have the whole word inspiration on there. I'm just going to have I as a representation of it. Oh, and hitting enter just actually does go and hit enter. So I'm going to tab out of it since all I want is the I. But I do not want this font. So you'll notice over here in your menu, this F comes up for your text. So you get this whole new menu that we haven't explored before, but I'm pretty much just going to explore this box right here. This is where you can change your fonts. So I went ahead and I did download. I Googled fairy tale fonts, found some good stuff, downloaded a couple free ones, and once you download and install fonts, you can actually go into your Windows or Mac, whichever file explorer you have, and you can get previews of what the file fonts look like. So you might already have some default ones that you like, but I didn't have any that I wanted for this one. So I went ahead and downloaded some very interesting ones that could be really decorative and I wouldn't have to really do anything else for the font. So I downloaded Andrade. Oh goodness, some other ones that I'm not going to pronounce. And there's some other ones I'm not seeing. Oh, I did download these ones as well. This one is a little bit more plain. I'm probably not going to use that one, but I liked it for maybe something that I will type up in the future. Oh, same with this one. But I liked these three for the coin designs. I thought it was very interesting and just kind of extra, so that way you don't have to do any other intricate designs on the coin face itself unless you wanted to. So when you go into this little file explorer here, it already comes up for me over here because I already navigated to it. So just navigate to your fonts folder and you can see it in here. So I went ahead and did the Christensen one for this, and I did the Andrade, couldn't remember it, Andrade font for this one. I already converted it to a mesh. As you can see, I added thickness to it and everything. This one's very thin and wispy. I'm not sure if this one will print very nicely. It's so intricate. I like how this one's a little bit thicker. This one I think does look nicer on the coin face. So when we pull that up and hide it, if we grab this, you'll notice that when you size it in object mode, it's sizing from this origin point right here. So in order to fix that, so you can size it right in the center, since, you know, the coin is centered, but to make this perfectly centered, we're going to set origin to geometry, and then you can hit Shift S and then selection to cursor. So it's a little too big. We'll size that back down. Now, one thing I found interesting is, since it is square, the circle shape does look a bit odd. So let's check this one out again. Let's change that origin to geometry and selection to cursor. This one's much prettier on a coin face. It's a little bit too big. Hitting Z and going into wireframe view helps line up everything, make sure everything looks good. I do really like the look of this. Like I said, I just wish this font was thicker, so that way it would probably print a lot better. This one, honestly, you could probably just do a square coin for this one. When you hit Alt-C, you'll notice you have curve and mesh conversion. So when you do the font tool, it is going to be set up as a curve. When you need to convert it, so that way you can just thicken it like I did this eye over here, hit Alt-C, mesh from curve, and then when you hit Tab, all the vertices and everything will be laid out, and it's a perfect mesh for you. I'm going to select everything, hit E to extrude, pull that up, and make that the thickness of my coin, maybe a little bit thicker. That looks nice. So one other thing is, since it's going to be a coin, I don't want it to be hollow. So we'll go ahead and add in rings. 2 rings everywhere where it's separated. So now that we have all of our rings added, we can go into wireframe view again. Deselect that. It's because we're going to select all of these and make sure that every little piece does have those 2 rings added, which it looks like everything does except for right here. So let's try that again. Perfect. Cool. We'll go back into the side view, and we're just going to size it by the Z-axis and pull that up until right about there would probably be a good, that's good. So now we'll go ahead and hit X and get rid of all those spaces because we won't need those for printing. That's just going to be extra stuff that will confuse the printer and not work out well. So hit F for face, and we're just going to close up each of these holes. Perfect. So now that's all closed up, watertight, and I think it would look nice if we went ahead and added a bevel to, oops, not that dramatic. Adding a bevel to this coin as well, just as an extra, oops, flair to the coin itself. There we go. Oops, I missed one. Okay, now there we go. Awesome, so you can't see it too well, but I think you guys get the idea. Coins don't always have to be perfectly circle. I do really like this as like an inspiration token that I can use. I could paint differently, just print this out, and it's double-sided, so I like that a lot too. Let me know what you guys would also like to see different tokens for, or if, actually, you know what also might be cool? Around that edge a little bit. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, let me know other fonts that you guys like to use for these kinds of things. That's probably not very even, but I was just having fun with that one that time. Different fonts that you guys like to use that have this crazy stuff to it, and then if you go, let's see, is it this one? Yeah, I did attach one. I don't like that. I like this a lot better as a token. If you guys have any other tokens you guys like to use for your role-playing games, I'd love to see those, what you guys have made, but let me know what you want to see made next time. And please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate any feedback you guys have for me. I'll see you next time.